Let's talk about this apparent win that Marvel's She-Hulk has gotten. So, I mean, this is spin on spin. She-Hulk premiere outperforms Miss Marvel despite review bombing. First off, from this headline, you would think that Miss Marvel was a huge show. Must have done really well. So, naturally, She-Hulk must be an amazing show. It must have pulled massive, massive viewership. Oh, wait, what's this? We take a look at the numbers here, and Miss Marvel only has 775,000 people watching the show, which is pathetic. Oh, it did better than that, you say? Wow, what a win. What a win. So apparently, She-Hulk, I think, has about 1.5 million people watching it. They're saying 1.6 for Miss Marvel, which would mean maybe She-Hulk did 1.7. This comes from Samba TV. That would make it one of the worst performing shows so far. I was hearing 1.5. I don't know where they're getting these Miss Marvel numbers, saying that it got 1.6. It had under 100 million people, under a million people watching it. I mean, who's Miss Marvel? I heard, didn't hear, it's right here. According to Samba TV, She-Hulk boasts healthy viewership numbers with data showing that 1.5 million U.S. households streamed the series in its first 4 days of availability. Now, what they don't tell you is that's only for the first episode. I would expect that number to drop, actually. So 1.5, here are the numbers, and they don't put them in order. They put them in order of release. Being at 1.5, that puts it with Hawkeye right under, maybe underneath it or above it. But if it's beneath it, that makes it the second worst performing show for Disney Plus yet. But the spin on this was just absolutely hilarious. This is spin right here, big spin. And it's funny because the simping for this show blows me away. Okay, they're going with review bombing. That's the big thing. Review bombing. And I've done a video on this. They don't talk about the obvious review positive bombing where they go in there and they just put 10s and 9s for the show with like a sentence review. They never talk about that. My thing with this is maybe the show is just shit. But they never want to say, it can't be. It's amazing. There's no reason that the show should be getting such low ratings. It stars a strong woman. Then you got Marvel's number one simp, Mark Ruffalo, running out there in his clown suit. He's on Twitter. The rise in bad faith IMDb reviews, particularly for projects led by women and for BIPOC, threatens to render the site's scores meaningless if the problem is not addressed. So he's out there being his usual self. He's a useful idiot. Sometimes he's a nuclear expert. Other times he's an expert on economy. He went to a theater school, but he wants you to think he's like the smartest guy in the room. Can't stand Mark Ruffalo. Can't stand him. Another useful Hollywood idiot. That's what Mark Ruffalo is. And he's getting some blowback in here, and I think it's funny. Core member 123 says, which card shall we play to gay? Racist, grifters, misogynist, review bomb. Why the low review scores? That's an excellent card, actually, and it's funny because it's true. What will we play today? And he's going with racist and misogynist because that's what Mark Ruffalo does. Good, useful idiot, basically. So a lot of these people in here talking about this, and this guy has a good point right here. Which bad faith reviews? The 10s are just as bad as the 1s, and this is a good point right here. You have 46.6% at 10, 42.1% at 1. There's more people hitting 10 than 1, but apparently only the 1s are the bad thing. The 10s, that's fine. Those are great. Fantastic. It's just so funny to watch these people run in there and act like it's some kind of sexism thing, and it's not. Maybe the show is just shit. But if you've criticized this, you're not allowed to criticize it, first off. You're not allowed to say anything bad about She-Hulk. How dare you? This is just for the first episode, too, all this stuff. Like, I think the second one just came out. So we got like 8 weeks of this nonsense. I can't wait to see how bad it gets with the media. It's been funny all week. All week there's been some goofy stuff going on with this show. I think it's been funny. They're real loud, the people that are attached to this pile of garbage. They've been real loud. It's been funny to watch them kind of have seizures all over the internet. So he's tweeting out a Screen Rant article, too, which, by the way, is nothing. That's nothing to be proud of. Their Screen Rant's one of the worst sites ever. So they put out a whole video, of course, because they're good. They're good Disney D riders. A She-Hulk's review bombing proves IMDb's biggest ratings problem. Review bombing ratings for the She-Hulk Attorney at Law further exposes IMDb's fatal flaw and why the site risks permanently damaging its own credibility. Do they talk about the 10s? The obvious review bombing on the 10s? No. They don't talk about that at all. And, of course, they've got Ruffalo's quote. That's what he's quoting right there, by the way. He just quoted this out and put it on the internet because he's looking for virtue points while he flies his private jet all over the place. He's I can't stand people in Hollywood at all. So this is the real problem in the world. She-Hulk's reviews and people seeing this show in a lesser light maybe because of the ones on IMDb, even though there's clearly more 10s than ones at this point. It's funny at this point to watch these people do this shit. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all this. I'd like to hear from you. Also, if you would please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. Usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.